Okay, we are recording.
All right, welcome everyone. This is the City of Sandy Oaks Animal Control Advisory Committee meeting for October 5th and it is 6:30 p.m. Notice is hereby given that a meeting of the Sandy Oaks Animal Control Advisory Committee will be held on Monday, October 5th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. by telephonic video conferencing for the purpose of considering the following agenda. All agenda items are subject to action. In an effort to advance the public health goal of limiting face-to-face meetings, also called social distancing, and to slow the spread of the coronavirus COVID-19, there will be no in-person public access to the meeting. This is posted, so I don't know that I need to read the room information. Okay, so let's just for the audio record. Oh, we're doing video record, aren't we? Mickey, are we doing both audio and video?
Yes, it is an
Okay.
audio video, yes.
So we don't necessarily need to introduce ourselves. I haven't received any citizens to be heard. So that wipes that one out. Number 4, update on animals currently at Oak Hills, fosters, or other locations that are scheduled for or need placement. Chris, what do we got?
Hi everyone, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so currently we don't have any at Oak Hills. All of our dogs right now are at the facility, and the reason why is because we have electricity, we have water, everything's
Yay.
running now. So they're currently placed at our facility right now.
How many do we have, and do they need fosters?
We have 5.
5.
So yeah, we're gonna need to start getting some fosters. We have a contact that we just made contact with. She's gonna help us transport these animals out into the northern states, and hopefully we can get help from her. But they do require us to have fosters, so they're not in a facility for at least 2 weeks prior to them leaving us, and they just will require them to be 2 weeks out of the facility for them to be transported up north.
Wow.
Hey, Chris, is that coming from Miss DeLeon?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm still waiting to hear from the actual transport contact.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, one of the things I wanted to ask her was exactly one of the things you just shared. What other requirements do they have? You know, do they need to be vaccinated? Deworm, you know, what are the things that they need in order for us to be able to utilize them?
So some rescues require different things. Some require them just to have the rabies. Some require them to be neutered. Some require them to be pit bulls. I mean, it's just the different rescues that we acquire. The lady already sent me 2 of them, and all of them are different. You know, they're only taking puppies or they're only taking pit bulls. Some of them will take in whatever. It just depends on what rescue we're participating with.
So is this particular one you're talking about interested in taking all 5 of the animals we currently have?
We have not made that contact yet.
We just made contact with Miss Dillian.
Oh, okay.
She's like the third party in this. She made contact with the rescues, and they were trying to ask her questions about our dogs, and she didn't have any of the answers. So I'm gonna make contact with them tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
So I think in answer to the original question, do we need rescues? The answer is yes. And part of the issue is that, you know, we have our facility now, but that's not a long-term solution. So
Right.
we still need to be rotating them out so we can pick up, you know, there's plenty more out there.
Right.
So we do need to work on fosters.
Yeah.
Fosters or rescues. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I only show 4 current animals Patches, Darla, Axis, and Lassie.
There is a fifth on there. His name is, I don't think he's a,
I can barely hear you.
give me one moment. Okay,
Where'd you go, Chris?
can you hear me?
No, barely.
Oh, I don't know.
That's weird. Okay, try again.
Hello?
Can you speak up a little bit? Are you covering the microphone or?
No, can y'all hear me?
That's better.
Better? Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that was.
We were talking about how many dogs there are.
Yeah, so he's not on there. He's right now he's currently under he's unattached. He's on Pet Point, he's just unattached right now. Hello?
So can you explain what that means?
He's in the system, but he's not showing in Pet Point. So locally he's in the system, but throughout the whole thing he wouldn't be on there, which is something I have to fix real quick, but he's on there. And his name is forgot what we named him. Marlo.
I see. So we need, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my machine said it couldn't. Okay, so these have all been with us for over 3 days. I mean, have we met the 3-day limit to hold them?
Yes.
And they're all puppies, but we need someone to take them out of the shelter because they can't be there over 2 weeks.
The ones that you see on the website right now, those are
Yeah.
puppies. The Marlo, he's fully grown.
Okay. But they'll all need fostering, right?
So what was told to me is prior to them leaving, say that they have a date for the 20th. 2 weeks prior to that day, they would need to get out of the facility to go to a foster in order for them to go on that transport.
Wow. Okay. Does anybody know of any fosters right now? I take it no.
I don't.
Okay, so we need to find some fosters. All right. And there's no other animals, just those 5.
Right.
Okay. So I guess we can all just post looking for fosters on, Facebook, Nextdoor, etc. See if we can get some people from the city willing to foster some dogs for a while. But we'd need to know like a timeline, like how long they're going to be there, what dates, so that people can schedule it. Make
Chris,
sure they're going to be home and stuff.
right. Chris, did you indicate that somebody had wanted or was interested in perhaps one of the puppies?
No, I failed to mention that. I did try to contact them today. They did not answer the phone. They're probably working. But yeah, someone wanted a puppy, and they made an application online. It came in, and we're still trying to make contact with that person. So hopefully they call us back or just try again tomorrow.
Cool.
CJ, you have a hand raised.
Oh, I'm sorry. Janet. Yes.
I foster.
Oh. Would you be able?
I fostered for Chris in the past, and I foster now for other places.
But if we needed, how many would you be able to take?
It would depend on the time
Time
frame,
frame?
the date needed, and how many dogs I had at the time, or not have.
Okay.
So I can't give a number today. Like today, I would have no slots available, but on the 15th of October, I would have 3 slots available. So it's just a matter of timing. And you know,
Right.
everything changes every day. So
Right.
those 2 puppies I picked up yesterday, I thought I was going to be fostering them, but they went to a medical foster, so that was a good thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I still have Cruella here because we're still dealing with her heartworm. She had her final heartworm shots, and now we have to wait 3 months to retest her. And then I have 2 fosters coming tomorrow until the 15th. So after the 15th, I would have 2 spots.
Okay. And you still
I-
have Cruella? Eventually, is Cruella going to go up for
Yes,
adoption? Is that the plan?
Corella's with Brandy's foster adoption program. It's just
Oh,
that
okay.
the heartworm process is just a very long time.
Right.
It's
Right.
a very long time. But yeah, she eventually will.
Okay.
So it's just such a long process that I didn't expect to have Cruella more than 2 weeks, and we're going
Right.
on how long,
4
Chris? When you
months, 3 months.
A year.
yeah, had her for a long time.
Oh, really? That long?
Yeah,
Wow. I didn't think it was that long.
yeah, it's
Okay,
been a
so
while.
October 15th, you'll have an extra 2 slots.
As of now,
As of now,
now,
you're
like I
right.
say, things change on a daily basis. So, I mean, all I can say is just call and ask,
Right.
and I can say yay or nay or what date.
And we still need to come
would
up
be good.
with other additional fosters that will be available.
Yes, and I think putting it out there in the neighborhood, I've met some very nice people in the neighborhood that are very caring towards animals that I think would make wonderful fosters. I think just putting it out there, and
Yeah. Julie, you have any other ideas? How to get fosters? Different ways.
No,
I don't know
ma'am,
how
there-
I don't know
than-
how to put my hand down. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think you just
It-
click on it.
Lower hand there. I got it. Thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't want you to think my hand was still up.
Okay. Julie, what were you saying?
I was just saying no, other than, requesting volunteers and for fostering.
Right.
And I know we did that before. We put it out there on Nextdoor and just, asked them to contact City Hall for more information, or we can put for them to contact Animal Control for further information.
Right. All right. Does anybody else have anything on that topic they want to share? Chris, when you get more information about that, will you let us all know about the rescue for the northern states?
Yeah, I sure will.
Okay, good. So we can make arrangements. All right. Number 5, update on TNRs completed and upcoming. Chris, have we had any in the last couple of weeks?
No.
Yeah, no. The last one that I know of is I forgot his name.
Nick.
No, it's not Nick.
Oh no, you're right. It's Kevin.
No, his name is Travis.
Oh,
Travis.
Travis.
Travis on Waterwood Pass.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think he still has 3 left. And I told him that, well, I'm not sure if, Janet, are y'all still taking those cats in? Or he said that y'all told him Monday, that next Monday, yeah,
I told him I'd have to get back to him once things were settled between the issues we were having. And Lori's very, she's gone into overtime at work because COVID broke out in the facility she works at. So she's working. She went from
Yeah.
part-time to full-time to overtime.
well,
So
Yeah.
I mean, I have the time to do it, but I don't know where I stand at this point. So I have not been doing anything with TNR.
yeah, and I told him worst comes to worst that we have to start doing scheduling. So with scheduling, it's kind of hard to do because there's nothing online that allows you to make an appointment. So we'd have to physically call or go over there and ask them when they're available to TNR our cats. And he said he was fine with that. It's just we need to contact him in order for him to capture them for that appointment.
Brooks is going to schedule TNR.
Yeah, they've told us in the past that you know, we don't have to be there in the morning. It's just the way it is when you trap a cat and you go in the morning, you know, you don't have to worry about that appointment. But when you have an appointment, say on the 20th, now you have to find a way to capture that cat before the 20th so you can take him in the 20th. You know what I mean? And
That
sometimes
cat as
yeah,
opposed to.
yeah, you don't really necessarily get the same cat, or you know, sometimes you get a different cat. You don't want that cat. It's like
Right.
Well, then it would be just as easy to give him the city's traps, and then you pick up the cats. If you have an appointment, then you can bring them, right?
right. And that's what I suggested.
What kind of protocol procedure do we want to make for TNRs, scheduling TNRs? What's the best recommendation, Chris?
So after looking online, there's nothing online that allows you to, you know, make an appointment. Is, you know, it's either booked or they just don't have that. You kind of click on it. So what I recommend is calling Brooks, saying, "Hey, we need, you know, to set up an appointment for, I don't know, 3 cats or whatever on whenever they're available, and hopefully they can schedule us in." But the way things are, I think they're really booked. So the only way would be to bring them in early in the morning. That'd be easier. But, you know, if we have to do it, we'd have to do that.
We can only take 3 cats. We have that
Right.
definite, right?
Trapper,
Only
yeah.
3 cats.
That's a Brooks policy. 3 cats per trapper.
For trapper, yeah.
Per trapper. So if that's the policy, then
They upped that from 2, which was a good thing, and we were rolling right along, and then it got, kind of slammed into a wall.
so if it's per trapper, then 3 cats, if Janet could take 3 cats, if Lori could take 3 cats, if Chris, I don't know your availability to take cats, or if we had somebody else that could take cats, then we could keep that going, because we're getting there. I mean, how many, that was a question regarding the TNRs, is the actual cat colonies that we have. We have Nick's, we have Travis, we have the one next to Janet on New Mathis.
No, just Mathis. She's done.
She's done. She's completed though. Okay.
Yeah.
So the one on Mathis, wasn't there one on the other side of her also?
Yes, but they just put their house up for sale. So
Oh,
I'm
really?
not sure what to do about that, because what are the new occupants going to do? Are they going to poison the cats? Are they going to,
Right.
It's like,
Are there new occupants there now?
no, they haven't sold. They just
Oh,
put
okay.
it up for sale. So, and then the lady next to her has a colony as well, but she will not allow anyone on her property.
Oh, that's going to be a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So are NICs all done now,
Nicks
Chris?
are done.
They're done?
Yes.
Yay. And Travis has how many?
Three,
Roughly.
three more.
Yeah, 3.
But how
More.
big's his cat colony?
That's it.
Uh,
It
That's
was
it?
7.
it,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he was less than 10. He was less than
He had
10.
7 cats.
And Vanessa is done.
And that's the one on Mathis?
Priest.
Priest Road.
Priest Road.
She thought she had more, but she said, and it's been several months, she hasn't seen any more since the ones we've trapped.
Okay.
She said she will call if she sees any more, and I touch base with her every now and then, and she hasn't seen any more.
Chris, do we
So-
have a a list, like a registration list of the different feral cats colonies in the city?
A registration list, like
To
registered.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I had asked the question of CJ last week, I think it was. The San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition has a colony registration, and that was my question. Since we are following their protocol, are our colonies registered with them?
Oh,
No.
with them, not
Yeah.
with our city, but with San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition.
Yeah, I
Either
don't.
that, or do we need to have a registration?
Yeah. So I don't know if San Antonio would do that for us. Maybe. That's a maybe. They probably tell us to do our own.
That's
And
what I was
they'd probably
wondering.
guide us, in order to do that. But I really doubt that they would, have us register with them. You know what I mean? Since we are a separate city.
So we
But
might.
they branch out all over.
Right. They do branch out. I'm not saying they don't, but it's kind of hard to say. I mean, I'm not with San Antonio. I wouldn't know what their protocol is, or if they do that kind of stuff with other cities.
Yeah.
It makes sense if they did, but I mean, who am I to say that they don't or do?
Yeah.
I can check on that one.
Yeah, a quick call would probably clear that up, and then they might even steer you in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm going to be away from the phone for a minute.
Okay.
Regular TV. On the big remote, you have to change HDMI.
So check on registering cat colonies. I'll check on that with San Antonio. If not, it would be good if we had also kept kind of a list. I don't know, Chris, you might already do that, of roughly where they are in the city. Because my understanding is that every now and then, some cities, every now and then, they check to see if roughly the same amount of cats are in that cat colony, or if it is increased with other strays that have joined that cat colony that might not have already gone through TNR.
And I know I've received emails from the Cat Coalition for places way out here, not necessarily in Sandy Oaks, but within the area needing
Oh, yeah?
help. So,
Okay. All right.
and I feel like moving forward, it would be a great idea to start getting our citizens more involved with the whole TNR process as far as, being able to do it themselves. That way it's not taking from, just Janet or from Chris having to always do that. Basically that's what the San Antonio Cat Coalition does, is teaching other people how to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
most of them are. We leave traps there, and they trap them, and we pick them up.
Right, but I just would like to see I think it would be beneficial to, teach them more.
Right. Yeah.
I
More
know a lot of
education
it,
of the citizens.
right, and I know a lot of it is difficult because right now there's such a limit on, places that are fixing them, so we're very limited as to where they can go because of COVID. But hopefully that will change in the future.
Right. Okay.
My thing is, since it is free and the city does provide all of that for them, is if they would. So one of the things would be, if you do want the city to get involved and help you with the TNRs, then if they could just drop them off and pick them up, or have a family member that lives there do it. It's free. So I mean,
That
having them,
would, yeah, I agree. That would be very helpful.
it'd be very
Right.
beneficial too. I mean,
And it gets them involved. This is something, the city is taking care of that part of it, the financial part.
right.
So it's important to have them, participating in how and, the whole process
Yeah.
rather than just depending on, let me make a phone call and still get somebody to come and take care of this for me.
Right. Right. And dropping it off and picking them up is kind of like,
That's a lot for
it's not
them.
the end of the world, but it is a hassle, when you have other things going on. So having them, pick them up and drop them off, I don't think that's too much to ask if you're providing the service.
Right.
I agree.
And they
I
want the
agree.
cats to art anyway, so I think they're gaining something out of it.
Yeah, and more education needs to happen because I know there are some people that have multiple cats on their property that they just want them gone. Then they don't grasp the concept of TNR. They just want them gone from their property.
Well, then there's going to be a lot of people that will drop them off and not pick them up.
Right. That's what I would be. But if they
I
went
would,
through the city, if the city knew before they dropped them off, hey, we're dropping off 3 cats, and we'll pick them up, but these are the 3, so that the city can cover the expense, then maybe that would put enough pressure on them to pick them up. Charles, I see your hand.
Yeah, I I don't know who's posting what to where, but I do know that the Feral Cat Coalition is doing online training now.
Yes.
Oh, that's
So
right.
so it wouldn't be a major thing for citizens to get that training.
Right.
And it's very quick and easy.
That's something we can maybe advertise to the citizens also.
Uh, it's something to help.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I think a suggestion would be if you go in the route of having the citizens drop off and pick up, that there might be something they should sign, saying that, the city is paying for it and they're agreeing to drop off and pick up the cat
That's what
or
I was
cats.
thinking.
And in the event the cat's not picked up, the city will pick up the cat and put the cat back in that location.
And charge you for getting it fixed.
That's what I was thinking, and charge you for picking
Yep,
them up.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah, because
exactly.
they're going against.
Right.
Not only a
What?
transportation fee, but a fixing fee.
Yeah, because Brooks will charge them $75 to keep them overnight. 50 or 75. It's pretty high because they don't want them there.
Right.
They want all the animals picked up.
All
And I
right.
think if we go that direction, I would say, that we tell, the citizens that are taking them over there, okay, you've got until such and such a time. And if by that time that cat hasn't been picked up and we're notified, we have time to fly over there and grab those cats before they have to stay over.
Right.
Is there any thought of a voucher program in a situation like that? Where, we give them a voucher, they take the cat in, Brooks collects the vouchers, they bill us for it. They
That's
don't
an
turn in a
option.
voucher, then, and
That's
then they
a-
would also notify us if, like Julie said, if the time is running out for us to pick it up.
That's a great idea, Mickey.
I think all those are good ideas. The only thing that concerns me is if the owner or whoever picks up the cats would do the same thing. I don't know if anybody heard, but in Atascosa County, the Atascosa Animal Control, they had a situation like that where they would pick up animals but dump them somewhere. So I don't know if they would do the same thing of dumping the cats not at that location and somewhere else. That'd be hard to verify.
Right.
Maybe when people ask for the traps, have a have a usage agreement so that they know I'm going to take it in, I'm going to bring it back, because they have to return the traps, and we can kind of, put an eye on them and see that the cats are returned. Uh, that's my thought.
You mean like drive by their home and have a usage agreement and then afterwards
No,
drive
I
by their
mean, you
home to
just
pick
make
up
them,
the traps
you know,
and look?
Yeah,
exactly.
but ferals, once you let the ferals out of the traps, they skedaddle. You may or may not see them for days.
Well,
Yeah.
again, if they sign an agreement, maybe they would abide by that agreement. That we'll pay for it, but this is what we expect.
That's what I was thinking.
Most of the places like, well, the Cat Coalition, they charge you to rent their trap. So, and then you get, well, it's a deposit, and then you get that back when you return the trap.
So maybe a usage agreement and a deposit, a small deposit in our case.
I would agree with that because it took us forever to get those traps in. They were
And
so
they're
backlogged.
expensive. Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
expensive.
How much would we want to make a deposit on the traps? What is an appropriate
Well, I think the
deposit?
traps themselves were $75 each, but we don't want to do that.
No.
I would recommend that we follow the San Antonio Feral Cat Coalition
I think
process.
it's up there. I don't remember how much it is, but I think it's up there too.
Yeah, I think it was.
I was
But
thinking
I
it
mean,
was
they
40.
get it right back. So,
Right. So I can check on the Feral Cat Coalition's
No,
cost
we want to be
too.
careful that we don't put a financial burden on those citizens who want to step up and help out.
That's what I was concerned about.
Yeah, and they say, wow, I don't have $50 or whatever. I don't have $20, but
Right.
I'm willing to do this, but I just don't have funds to do that. So we got to be careful about that.
Yeah.
Looking at the Feral Cat Coalition page, they actually charge the $75 deposit
On a trap.
on a trap. Yes.
Wow.
Uh, you know,
well, it's all things for us to think about, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would be hard pressed to come up with $40 or $50 as a deposit on a trap. That would be one of my,
yeah,
even though I was
especially
going to get the money back, that would be one of my less priority expenses.
especially if I wanted 3 traps so I could carry 3 cats at a time.
Right.
Uh, Mickey,
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Mickey, could we look at a TNR ordinance to take to council and make theft of an animal trap a Class C misdemeanor with a $200 fine?
It's a good idea. We already have a TNR ordinance, but theft of a trap.
Charles, the agenda has been posted for Thursday, and lo and behold, we have amending the animal ordinance on there.
Oh, okay.
Which animal ordinance though?
Animal control.
Because we have an animal nuisance one, we have the animal control officer one, and we have the TNR one.
The nuisance.
I wonder if we can write it because that technically that would be under the TNR ordinance. I would think, but can we write it under animal control?
That's a good question for Christopher.
What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I think I would put it in the ordinance itself, the 2019-139. And the reason is because I already give that when I give a citation out or when I try to explain something to somebody, I already give that out anyway. So putting it in there would cover it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Okay.
everything that's already labeled, including the TNR, and putting it in the TNR I wouldn't think it would make sense to put it there, just because yes, it goes under there, but it's not like it's not an ordinance. You wouldn't put it in there. Well, it is an ordinance, but it's not like
It's creating the program.
yeah, it's not
basically for the
enforcement. It's not
city.
an enforcement kind of a deal.
Okay, so we can put it under 2019-139. Chris, did you want to bring that up? Are you the one bringing that forward to the council?
I can be.
I mean, on the agenda for Thursday. Who is the lead on that?
It's me. It's me.
Okay. So if you or Chris want to bring that forward so we can add that, I think what Charles says was excellent. The theft of a trap carries a $200 fine. Any other discussion on that? I take that as a no. Okay. In that case, number 6, discuss and or possible action on a vaccination and microchip clinics. Penny Paws, I believe, is going to be here the second weekend, which would be next weekend. I was hoping Michelle was here, but she's not, to clarify that. If it was going to be the second weekend or the third weekend in October.
Do we know how the last Penny Paws event went?
Julie, did you hear?
I checked with Julie. I was concerned because I don't think we had anyone from the city down there.
I thought Michelle was down there. I'll have to check with her. Yeah, because that's normally her bailiwick. Okay, so I'll check with her on.
Well, and I think going forward for any events that are being scheduled down there, somebody needs to be designated as the point person, and we should always have a representative there.
Right, that's what I do with healthy pets. I always stay down there the whole time. Let me see. I'm not sure if she was down there, but I'll check. So, Michelle, we need to know the next date. And we need to find out how the last one went.
And I was curious about the last one because I boosted the post to a
Right.
wider audience and got a significant response rate.
Right.
And I was trying to help out the vet, by them coming in, at least bring some business their way. But I've yet to hear if anybody showed up.
Okay. So one of my questions is how the last one went, and we need a city rep to attend, and I'll clarify with Michelle if she's been down there when they come.
And it doesn't
And
need to be a city rep. It needs to be someone.
Someone from the city, a volunteer or something.
I'm thinking anyone from the Animal Control Advisory Committee. It could be a city rep, but somebody needs to be there.
Yeah, I can't, it seems to me that Shannon was going to go down for a little while also.
I know
No,
when I did drive over there, and at the time when I went through, there was nobody waiting.
there was nobody waiting or nobody from the city.
It was only Penny Paws there.
Oh, really? Okay. So I'll clarify that stuff with Michelle, and then maybe we can find out when the next one is also, and make sure we have somebody that can go down there. Or even have two people, because they do a longer thing. Where theirs is what, 1 to 5, I think is what the last one was.
The last one was long.
It was
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
So if we even had people that could do, 2 hours here and somebody else do 2 hours, that would be great. But let me check with Michelle on that.
I would also like to offer that, if the park is an issue just because of its location, we may be able, there's plenty of room on the municipal complex, not back where the animals are or the municipal building, but there's a whole lot of room in the front area, and it's right there off Priest Road, literally around the corner from the Valero. So that is an option that we could possibly set up over there, if that's something that they're concerned about.
And that might be easier for people who are not from this area because it's for all South Side. Anybody who wants to come can come to the pet events, the vaccination clinics,
Right.
and that might be easier for them to find. Let me see about that. All right. The other thing was, did we want to set up, pretty much decided, I believe, in our last meeting that we need to keep the vaccination clinics and the microchip clinics totally separate, despite what individual members have said from Penny Paws and Healthy Pets, because we had that one conflict. I think we kind of decided we needed to keep those two separate. So did we want to set up a microchip clinic for October? I mean, it's better weather. It's not as hot as during the summer. What do people think, and can we get enough volunteers to go down and do it?
I think the issue is the actual doing it. It's the who's qualified,
Right.
or capable or willing to actually do those. That's where we're lacking.
Right. I think Shannon's always game to help when she's in town.
I would volunteer to microchip.
That's Janet?
Yes.
Janet?
And Lori would too if it coincided with a day off.
Right. I'll need to,
I know last time she said that it didn't matter what day she would take the day off, but I don't know if she's in that same
right. Yeah.
grace period considering what's going on. So
Yeah. With COVID, it's a little difficult to figure out. All right. And I can come down and help. I can't microchip them, but if there's paperwork or something, or entering them into the system or whatever.
Well, we didn't enter them into the system. We just did the paperwork and
We
the
just did the
microchip.
paperwork. Right.
And that was, and it goes fairly quickly. We had the people fill out the paperwork.
Yeah, it did go
Lori
quick.
Lori checked it. I microchipped, and we made sure the the labels were, the microchip labels were put on the proper paperwork in
Right.
several different areas. So if they lost one piece of paperwork, they still had it on another, you know.
Did we want to try and set one up? But the only thing I can think is the weekend of the 24th and 25th.
That's fine with me.
And Mickey, I cannot remember, or Chris, I cannot remember if we set a precedence. This is for anyone in Southside or only Sandy Oaks? The microchipping.
It's only Sandy Oaks.
The
For
microchipping
this
is only
price,
Sandy
it's
Oaks.
only Sandy Oaks.
Okay.
Yeah, for $10, you can't find $10 microchipping anywhere.
Well, what I
So
was wondering is, did we want to charge a, well, you can't really tell though.
No, you can't. And the
Okay.
deal is that we are set up with the supplies and being able to offer that cost structure because we have an ordinance requiring microchipping.
Correct.
So we do only want to offer that to residents of Sandy Oaks.
Okay.
and that is a supreme price that every
Oh, yeah.
resident should take advantage of because it's required by the city, and
Yeah.
they're not going to find that price anywhere else.
No, everybody else is between $40 and $50.
The lowest I've seen at a clinic, maybe a drive-through clinic or something, is $25, and I think I've seen that one time and I've never seen it again.
I think that's what
But
the Humane
yeah,
Society was.
it goes from 40 to, it goes from 40, 30, 40, $50.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So that's an awesome city service that they should not even blink an eye at, especially since it's required.
Right. Right. All right. So can I tentatively put it down for October 24th and we're at the pavilion? But the question is, the next question would be hours. Or did you want to check, Janet, did you want to check with Lori first?
Well, like I said, if she's able to do it, it won't matter what the hours are.
Right. I mean, for that date, did you want to check for that date with Lori first?
If she's regularly scheduled off, yeah, I can check.
Yeah.
I can check to make sure she's regularly scheduled off,
Okay. On October 24th.
and then the hours won't matter. The
Right.
hours of the clinic.
I was thinking, we've done pretty good with the like 11 to 1, 11 to 2 time slot because it's not early in the morning on a weekend and it's not going into their disturbing people's Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening plans.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable. People don't have to wake up at the crack of dawn, and they still can do their running around afterwards.
Right.
Mickey, is there a way that you can price it? Is there a way you can advertise it somehow? It would profit the city, and I don't know if that's your intent or just if your intent is just to get the city of Sandy Oaks done, but have it $10 for the city of Sandy Oaks and $40 for anyone outside of the city, or even $30.
Well, I would rather rephrase it differently and say it's $25, but if you can provide proof of residency within Sandy Oaks, we'll give you a discount.
Oh, discount, yeah.
That's a better way of phrasing it.
Because even $25 is going to bring people in, and that would, I don't know what your break even point is. I'm sure you're losing money at
$10. No.
Oh,
I think-
$10 is your break even?
Yeah, we're
So
not,
at
we're
20
not doing it for profit. We're doing it without losing
Okay.
money.
I think it's
So
like
tw-
987 or something like that.
Yeah.
So you'll get people in for 25, and then you'll make some money, as well as
That's
get
true.
some of the city's dogs done
Yeah.
and get up to legal status.
What do you think? Is that something we can do?
I don't see why not.
Cool.
Um,
If we word it correctly.
Well, and the intent has always been just to get the animals here registered.
Right.
One thing that I'm cautious of is not creating such a demand for the service to the point that the residents of Sandy Oak say, "Oh, wow, that was too crowded. I'm not going." As opposed,
I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest.
Well, but we've done this in conjunction with the mobile vet clinics in the past, and so while they were kind of here, they were able to take advantage of that pricing. This will be something totally different.
Right.
So
That's true.
that may be the reason why they're coming.
But
Maybe
our first,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
go ahead, Janet.
I was going to say maybe we could have 2 tables set up, one for residents and one for non-residents. And that way the residents don't have to wait.
Well, what we have to do is figure out what would be acceptable for proof of residence.
Driver's license?
Well, that's not always the case.
Right.
A lot of people don't renew their driver's license because they have warrants and
What about a utility bill that had the
their name
address on it?
Well,
Name and address.
I would like to think that would be a foolproof way, but again, it's not always foolproof. Maybe that in conjunction with the driver's license. So we see the picture of the person, we know that's them and that's their name and they're providing a utility bill or something. Because if word gets out that
Right.
I can get it for a discount, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're always going to have the people like, the zip code grant for free neuters, even at Brooks and some of the other places. Friends are going to bring in their friend's dog under their name and zip code. There's always going to be those people. There's always going to be
But if we can leave it that they need to have their driver's license and a utility bill. I've done things where I've had to provide that information before
Yeah.
in order
I mean,
to qualify.
For a discount, I would probably
Yes.
be willing to dig those out.
Say that again, Nikki?
I said, if I could get a significant discount, I would probably be willing to provide those.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
quite honestly, we don't have that many people coming to get the microchips done. Even when we first started, I think that one time that we did it, that we first started, we got a fair number and we did it all on our own. We didn't have any kind of clinic going on. So
Yeah, we got 14 the first
Wow.
time we did the microchip clinic.
and last
For
time, what did we get the last time we did it? 2?
I think
3?
I think 4.
Yeah, and that was in conjunction with the low-cost vaccination clinic.
Exactly.
So I know there were some people that were having the clinic microchip them because they were
I think
normally
yeah.
their patients, normally their clients.
Yeah, I think we only took one of their clients away from them because she had so much done with her dog. She wanted to save $30.
Right.
But I think on whatever advertisement Mickey, that you come up with, I think it should be heavily emphasized that microchipping is an ordinance that it
Exactly.
can be cited for.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's, I think that's a good idea. We'll remind them the reasons for microchipping, safety of your animal, number one, city ordinance, we're going to do it for $25. However, if you're a resident of San
San
Diego
Diego.
and can provide these two pieces of documentation, we will give you a discount.
Right.
And what's, Chris, if someone is cited for a dog that's not registered or microchipped, what is the fine for that?
You're asking how much it would cost them?
Yeah,
What? Yeah.
$300.
I
Ow.
think that would be a good thing to put on that flyer. If your dog's picked up by ACO not chipped, the fine can be up to $300. So do you want to pay 10 or do you want to pay 300?
Right.
Right.
You know what
Okay.
I mean? So, something like that.
Okay.
I can probably work something out.
Yeah, do that. I'll let
See.
you do that.
Documentation for. Okay.
So we might need 10 volunteers then.
So October 4th at the pavilion, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 24th, I'm sorry, 24th at the pavilion, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And
Wow.
Janet,
Is
you'll
2
check with
hours going
Lori.
to be enough?
Say what?
Is 2 hours going to be enough?
I don't know. What do you think? Thoughts?
I would probably go at least till 2.
11 till 2?
Yeah, we'll
If
go
you're-
11 to 2.
Yeah, if you're
Okay.
anticipating a large crowd, you need to offer a wide window.
Okay, we'll do 11 to 2. I'll make a mock-up flyer and people can look at.
Yeah, and then we'll spread the word.
Okay. Got that one. Number 7, discuss and/or possible action on rescheduling time to help set up, clean, etc. the facility and equipment. We had originally set up a day for the first weekend in September, and I don't think any of us totally realized at the moment that that was Labor Day weekend. And then it was also muddy, if I remember right, raining and muddy that day.
Yeah, it was raining that weekend.
So we postponed it, but we really need to set up a time and see what help do you need, Chris? This was one of your items.
Where do I start? Does everybody still have that list I gave them? Does anybody?
I never saw the list.
No?
No.
It was attached to one of the meeting agendas.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay. I do know what you're talking about.
So on there, I had a couple of things. One of them was to reorganize a shed. The other one was to clean out cages and stuff like that. With the help of Priscilla, most of those things got done. I would just need to make a new, an approved list and see what things we would need help, since we sometimes don't have time to do those things. I know one of them would be to clean out and maybe restore a shed next to the animal control facility to be either a cattery or just a nice place to put doggos in. It's still in the works, but are we gonna do a walkthrough of the facilities, or are we just?
Not tonight, but yeah, we need to do that.
No, obviously not tonight.
Charles and I were discussing if we could schedule, while we're all on the phone, schedule a time that's good. Maybe
Well,
this weekend or something.
Okay.
So does anybody want to suggest a day and time, or?
What do you think, guys? For a walk through the facility and
I'd be up for this coming Saturday. at 10 o'clock in the morning. And that way I could be at J&S at noon.
It's a good idea.
So Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, not this group, but there will be a planning and zoning commission meeting. So I wouldn't be able to go then, but I'm aware of what's going on. I don't need to be there. I think everyone I think it would do well for people to go and tour the facility, see what we have currently, what we have lined out for possible growth as a cattery for one, storage for another, outdoor, a run, whatever. So Chris and Priscilla are probably best suited for that. Saturday's fine, if y'all want to do that, unless everybody's available during the day.
It's rather harder during the week. I don't know. What's the schedule for everybody else like on the call? Janet, Julie,
Saturday at what time?
maybe 10 o'clock in the morning.
That'll be okay.
That's fine.
That works for you too, Julie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What
Oh.
I don't even know where it's at.
Yeah, Mickey, what is the actual address? I know we call it the FSP, but what's the actual address for it?
22780 Priest Road.
22780.
No. 870.
Oh, geez. Say it again.
22870.
70. Priest Road.
If you look at that big cell phone tower that's right there, on the entrance to the freeway,
Right.
if you're standing at our gate where that property is, you're looking at that tower. So you go past, go up to the Valero off Waterwood Pass, you're going to take a right. You're going to go right around the corner. And where you see that tower, be looking to the right. There's a driveway.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking it was another road off of Priest. Okay,
No.
so it's actually on Priest. The driveway is on Priest.
Yes.
Is there
I'll-
is there any signage?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make it easy. At 10 o'clock Saturday morning, there'll be a white Ford pickup truck sitting in front of an open gate
Sounds great.
at 2287.
That's a good plan, Charles.
All right, so 10 a.m. Saturday. That works for you, right, Chris? Good for you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, and at that time, maybe you can show us some of the different things, show us around the facility and show us some of the different things you would need help with, and we can arrange to get some of that stuff done for you. And some of that's going to be ongoing, right, Chris? You're going to need ongoing help.
Right. So
Which falls into number 8, which was discuss and/or possible action on other assistance that's needed by the animal control department. And that was also yours, Chris.
That would kind of fall into progression of the animal control facility. So like building a privacy fence, or thinking of a new, better facility that would, incorporate the one we have currently, or, involving the other shed that we have behind the facility in some way. We have donated washer and dryer that we need installed. Sheds right there. So
Well,
that's
they're
all
not
kind of
installed yet.
No, they're not.
Okay, install the washer and dryer.
So it's a lot of things.
And then you're going to need, I'm assuming anyways, that you're going to need help within the facility,
Yes. So
covering some feeding and cleaning and stuff.
Cleaning the bowls constantly, cleaning the transport kennels and stuff like that. It's a lot, and I guess we could just discuss all that when we're there.
And I think maybe some assistance with walking the dogs. I think we have one puppy in custody right now that refuses to poop in the kennel. 3 days, no poop, because he must be house trained. But you take him out on a leash and
And yeah.
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 And
So
I know there were a couple of people that were interested in helping at the facility, like walking the dogs or feeding
Yeah.
the dogs.
Yeah, I have a couple
No.
people in line for that too. But yeah, that's a lot of organizing. There's a lot of scheduling that needs to be done in order for us to do that. You know, paperwork needs to be done. Volunteers that want to volunteer, they have to sign a certain paperwork, or just scheduling with them. It's more than just, hey, come over and feed the dog for me. It's more
Oh
than that.
yeah, no, we have the volunteer paperwork, and so maybe we need to talk about how we're going to go about doing that.
Yeah.
Like, do you have an actual schedule written up of the animals need this at this time, this at this
So
time, the
we're
kennel needs this at this time?
we still need the boards to be installed, and I have them right here next to me. We're gonna install those. There's a lot of
Okay.
things that we need to do before we can make it official.
Okay.
That's one of the
Okay.
things I need, would probably need help on, is getting that building up to par with state code and stuff like that. Which right now it's there. It just needs, like the boards, the regular feeding that we've been doing for
Right.
the last 2 weeks. um, the volunteers to go in and help us and know exactly what to do,
Right.
stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll have to have that all written up. Okay. All right. So maybe we can discuss some of that more on Saturday also.
Mhm.
Was there any other items you wanted to discuss in relationship to number 7 and 8, Chris? Or anyone else?
No, but if anybody has a question for me,
I don't. I'm just eager to see the facility.
yeah,
Now that it's got electricity and water.
yeah, um, I'll show you everything that goes on there. It's not much to see, but getting it up to par, like I said.
well, we
It's
went with
exciting.
it is exciting, and we went with the tankless hot water heater. So
Awesome.
That water is hot.
yeah,
It
I
is hot.
bet.
Really?
So that's, yeah, something we have. You either put a sign up that the water's really hot when you touch it. So, or maybe we just need to adjust the water heater. I don't know.
I'd adjust it down to 120.
It's
That's
really
what
hot.
they recommend.
But yeah, we can discuss that when we get there, and just annotate
Awesome.
everything that we talk about.
Awesome. Anybody else have a question, comment, thoughts? No? Okay, so we're set for Saturday at 10 a.m. at the animal control shelter. And I will get with Michelle regarding the penny paws. I believe the next date is, I'm hoping it's not this coming, I'm hoping it's not the 10th. I think it's the 17th, but I will check with her and get some of those questions we had arranged.
CJ,
Yes,
can you send an email out to all the committee members about the meeting Saturday, since not everybody's here?
true. About Saturday, uh, get together, walk through at the facility. Okay, I got that. So if we have nothing else, then I guess we can adjourn.
Okay. I hope to see everybody Saturday, and everybody have a good night.
Thank you,
night.
Good night,
everyone.
Charles.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
Chris.
night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Mickey.